Hello, we are going to see a short presentation in under 10 minutes about a website dedicated to business intelligence, fetching secondary sources as information query delivered by customers on products and services provided by different companies around the world. The site is still under development. That is why this is still password protected. I have not used any library for authentication because I don't like them, in the sense that you cannot see what is written in there, or they may be outdated, or if there is an update in Laravel, then they will not work. I had very bad experiences with them. So finally, I decided to call my library, and this is the way it's working now, and actually it's much easier. I have included CAPTCHA, okay, in case, as you see, in case, well, someone wants to register and just to prevent spam bots. We are going to see now server-side validation in place. Okay, it has returned to the server because it has switched the authentication controller, and in here it has verified that we did not fill the field, so it returned it back. Login. Login includes two extra alternatives. For those who already have a Facebook account, a Google account, they can just log in 30 seconds without having to fill all the data, send an email to the accounts, click on the link, which is actually how it's working, and then they activate their account, which is something that we could see here. Active is when they have already clicked in on the link. Confirm token, this is the token actually that was sent to the emails, but however, once that has been clicked on, we still replace that link so that it cannot be used again by someone else who eventually had access to that link, right? Okay, and then this is the status of the user. By default, all of them have 0, except the administrator, which has 1. Administrator has, of course, different privileges. He can access all of the posts and the comments, and he can edit them, eventually delete them, while no other user can do that, like in the sense of altering what some other user has already written. Social, this means whether he has logged in through a social account, like we just saw, Facebook or Google. We have a different table for that to distinguish one from the other. Right? So this will be those for, user number 11, logged in through Facebook, and it has this number provided. So through this number provided, we have access to whatever data they already have in their Facebook or Google accounts. Okay, so we are going to log in now. I have a very short session, and if I don't do anything, it will log me out. Okay, this is the front page, and this is sample data. As you see, it's interdependent selected list. Once we click here, a search takes place and will take me to a results page, right? And from there, then we can drill down to get the details. This here, it's the feature content. Feature content delivers data that is relevant to each person located in their own countries or regions. So people who are in Estonia will only see here information regarding Estonia businesses and services. How do we do that? Well, not too difficult. What we do is we go to a search controller, and then we determine his IP address. We perform the query. This query is actually going to work on this one. So I pick the country depending on, okay, where this is IP from and IP to. We have already determined the IP, and then well, which country corresponds. When it corresponds, then it will go to, say, a post in here, right? And it will display countries, businesses that are located in these countries, in this region, town, and whatever. Okay, so that was important. That also serves the purpose of advertising. I can use same square for advertising thousands of times, without using extra space. All right. So this is how it's going to look, more or less. This is just the expert. Here is the post, and this is actually a comment. Okay, I still need to write the headlines in here to say this, well, post and comments. These are the statistical displays, of how everything is estimated or valued by the different customers. Okay, I have provided different charts and for preferences. There are still many things that can be done. This is the form that for logged in customers, and we are already logged in, this will be available to leave their comments and also the feedback on how good or how bad different services are. All right? Good. Now, we're going to go, third thing, we're going to go to the dashboard, a link that was not visible before we were logged in. I can view my post and can show and edit them. I own post number 1. I am number 7. I own post number 1 and post number 2. But I don't own post number 3. So if I try to edit someone else's post, it's not going to work. All right? It returned me back to where I was. He has to select the status. Can be a draft or it can be published. However, by default, they will never be published. They have to be approved by the administrator, just like any WordPress CMS works. All right. Then we have, in order for the statistics displays to be shown, we need to translate the verbal expressions that our customer uses, like very good, exceptional, poor, standard, into numbers. We have several tables which are going to correlate those values, and then we have a pivot table which is going to, or associative table that is going to make the translation. So that require a complex subquery, okay? Pretty much a complex subquery. As we can see, we are doing a raw SQL query, and this is because, well, actually, sometimes you really need to write SQL, pure SQL, if you want to write very complex sentences. But in order to, if you're going to use raw, you have to prevent SQL injection. And I'm preventing SQL injection by passing, a prepare statement right here and another prepare statement right here. And then the variable goes right at the end. So that's the way it works. Okay, so basically that's it. That's about it. I don't think I have so far more. We have seen different ways to log in, registration. We have different We have also authorization in the sense that there are different levels of privileges, an ordinary user and an administrator. I could also have different levels like manager and editor, so that would be no problem. But so far, this application doesn't need it, and this is what we are working now. We have the user controller. It has, well, we have customized it actually, like I said, in order to have it work the way we want it. Okay, we have the validation rules, and if they pass, then we send them to an array, and then we email. This is when you are registering, sending the email, and then activate the account. Then we have the post controller. We are using for the post controller. We are using resource controller, which is very convenient for this kind of scenarios where you are deleting, reading, updating, and editing, and so on. Okay, so just with one resource, that will be for the administration controller, and then we also have other resource here for the post controller. All right. So that's it. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you like it.